So hello Aries, and welcome back to Divine Rebel. My name is Racey, and I'm going to be doing the reading for you today. It is a general message, so take it as it resonates and leave it if it doesn't. For those of you not familiar with me or the channel, I have no filter. I'm not against using profanity or talking about adult things, so I'm respectfully always giving you the opportunity to sign off now if that is not your thing or you have kids around, or just don't appreciate it. Okay? Otherwise, we're moving forward. So Aries, this is your mid-month for October. Okay, this is the second half of the month. I got some brand new decks in the mail, and I'm using one of them for you today. I've got the Mirror of the Soul Tarot that I'm going to be using for you. I'm also using my Oracle of the Mermaids cards, as well as my Power of Love Remember deck. Okay, I've already pulled the cards and kind of meditated on them a bit, and the message I got for you. Okay, I've got the Four of Discs for power, with the Seven of Cups, which is to vouch, with the Nine of Swords, which is cruelty, with telepathy and purpose. Okay, so this is the message that I got for you, Aries. Aries energy, right? Aries energy. So it doesn't matter what Aries you're watching for in your chart or someone else's. This is Aries energy. All right, so take it how it resonates with your natal chart. The Four of Coins, the discs, right? Or the power card. This card is, I got this feeling of trying to keep emotions out, keep emotions out, keep emotions out. I'm in control. I'm in control, right? Power. This is everything that I've built. You know, this is my castle. This is my reality. This is what I've built. And I need to keep my emotions out. I need to keep my emotions out. It doesn't matter how I feel. It doesn't matter if I'm not happy. It doesn't matter if I'm miserable and upset or I'm drinking things away. Like, it doesn't matter if I'm unhappy. I've built all of these things. I built this reality, and I can't let it go. I can't let the fortress fall. So it's almost like taking your emotions and keeping them out of the equation so that you can hold on to what you've built in your reality, whether it's, you know, friendships, circle, you know, social circle, whether it's a job or career or a family structure, whatever it is for you in your reality, right? Whatever you've built in your reality, these are my things. These are my bills. Like, this is your 3D reality that you built. And it's not wanting it to change so much, even though you're obviously unhappy, right? Because we do have very obvious unhappiness with these two cards. And I'm going to get there in a second. I just feel like there's such a strong need to control your reality that you don't want to feel like everything is falling apart, everything that you built. It's like, even if it makes you unhappy, it's the control you have over it. It's the control you have over it. And it's not actually the reality that you want to hold on to. It's the control you have. Okay. Yeah, like, you've put a lot of time and energy into manifesting this. A lot of time building it. But the fact that your emotions aren't integrated with the structure is a problem, okay? The fact that the emotions are not integrated within the reality structure, that you could keep your emotions at bay and you're in pain, right? To ignore how you feel. It is a really painful reality, right? Because your emotions want to come in on you from all sides. And you only have this one little door, you know, in and out, and you don't dare touch your feet in the water kind of thing. You know, it's like you don't want to get your feet wet with emotion. Because if you really tuned into just how turbulent these waters are, how rocky these waters are, how dark they are, because they've been so neglected and forced out, you're afraid of what the reality might be, right? How it might change. How things in the 3D would shift if you let your walls down, right? Because with the Seven of Cups, the debauch card, this is all about debauchery. It's being confused and having your life force energy sucked away. This has to do with life force energy. So whatever you're holding on to in your reality, Aries, it's causing you deep, deep regret and grief. Okay, it's just what I'm hearing from Spirit. I'm just listening to what they're telling me. It's deep, deep regret and grief, like to where you can see it. You can see it down the line. The coulda, shoulda, woulda dones. The coulda, shoulda, woulda lives. You're already seeing how the choices you're making, holding control, are causing a disintegration of the self. Okay? They're causing a disintegration of the self. It's a disintegration of the life purpose, right? Because this is what you're being asked to remember. So the Nine of Swords, you know, cruelty. This is the nightmare that you're living in, and it's self-inflicted. This is the self-inflicted nightmare. Okay? When you're cruel to yourself and your mind. Right, this is Mars energy, Gemini energy. This is the mind. This is the masculine taking, you know, aspect of self taking actions that are misaligned with happiness, right? Because you're putting your emotions out. So if you can't sense or feel what feels good and what doesn't, and you're ignoring it, then how could you find what happiness it really is? You know, maybe if you let all that water in, you'd have a huge swimming pool. Maybe you'd have something beautiful to swim in. But it's like terrified. It's almost like terrified of emotions. And, you know, debauchery also, you know, can talk about addictions and substance abuse and being in a confused state and wanting to get out of your mind because the mind is in such a nightmare. It's created such a nightmare reality where there's just problems and hurdles and obstacles, and you feel like you're constantly up against a wall. You know, like no matter where you turn, you're up against a wall. You're not free here. You've built it, but you're not free. You're completely surrounded by the neglect of what you're, you know, the neglect of your emotions has caused you, right? To where you might even be tongue-tied on your words. You might even be tongue-tied on your words and what to say and what to do in order to get out of this nightmare where your life force energy is just being sucked out. You see all the dripping. There's just dripping. There's emotional dripping. There's like blood dripping. Light dripping. You're just losing life force energy. Just losing life force energy. It's almost like choosing a slow death. So when we get the telepathy card, this is between you and another heart space. Your heart space and another heart space. You're communicating telepathically with someone. Someone who I feel is on the outside of this structure. Okay? Because there's no one in there. There's no one in there. So I feel like whatever this is, whoever you're telepathically connecting with, they're in the water. Okay? And your heart space truly is in the water with them. You've put your heart in the water and blocked it out so that you can maintain the structure. But there's a serious heart connection here between you and someone else. It's the nonverbal communication. It's the energetic pulses. It's almost like mind reading. Like you can tell what each other are feeling and thinking. You might not be able to verify it with them, but you're sensing it clearly. You know, you're sensing it clearly, and your heart space is asking you to remember your purpose. You know, you possess the determination and dedication to consciously demonstrate love energy. You can create a reality that is just as awesome with the involvement of water. You know what I mean? You can integrate it. You can have a fountain in the center. You know, like there's different things that water is beautiful, metaphorically speaking, you know. This is about being determined to change your life. This is about being determined to not be afraid of, because no one's afraid of death truly, because we live in death state all the time. This is about not being afraid to live, to truly live in a space where the heart, in a place where the heart space is recognized for the strength that it is, for the purpose that it has. Like, there's a purpose to why you're so drawn and connected to a certain heart, a certain path. This is about coming to your own judgment, right? Your own judgment, because I'm getting the 4, the 7, and the 9, which is a 20, which is like the judgment card, which is whether or not it's up to you, right? It's up to you whether or not you choose to stay in a death while living state, or if you choose to resurrect yourself and choose life, right? To actually live life from a balanced place, the 20 breaking down to a 2, from a balanced place within the self. Are you going to continue in this dualistic separateness where your head and your heart are not one and integrated with each other? Or are you going, because, that's what this is creating, this head space, heart space. One has to be tuned out and one has to take the lead. Energy, is causing this to manifest in your 3D, confusion and nightmares, right? Where you're literally living a life that is cruel to the self. Or if you could legitimately be reborn into a life, into a reality that is new and is fresh and is in alignment with an integrated self. Okay? So Aries, I hope that helps, because that's what's going to be going on for the rest of October. Okay? Remember your purpose. Remember that you can consciously demonstrate love. Remember that you can surrender and you can release control and you can go where your heart is guiding you and allow the steps to unfold. Allow them to be taken, right? Allow the steps to be taken to truly let your heart stand in its power. What works for you, what doesn't work for you feeling-wise. Because if it feels like crap, it's not working for you. If being with someone feels like crap, it's not meant to be. If it feels like crap to be away from someone, then you're not meant to be away from them. So start shifting into alignment with, okay, well, if this is what feels good to me, what can I do to ensure that that's achieved? What can I do to ensure that that's achieved? So that I can get out of this confused control grip with the universe, right? This battle that I have with the universe, that I'm constantly swimming upstream, right? That I'm constantly making it harder on myself when the universe just kind of wants to bless me and wants me to be happy. Like, the whole lesson is to follow, your heart space as it's guiding you, no matter what it's guiding you towards, whether it's a job or a profession or, a partner or a move, to a new location, like whatever it is, if your heart's telling you don't need these things, or, if this person was around, they'd want you to experience this or feel this, and they would be telling you not to worry about this or that, like it's okay, like you only live this lifetime once, and you can make the most of it. Or you can just wake up one day and realize your whole life felt like death, and now that you're actually, that age, looking back at your life, you denied yourself the opportunity you really did want. The love you really did want, or the job you really did want. The opportunity to be creative with your energy on all forms, on all platforms. Thinking you had to choose one or the other and that you couldn't have both, when the authentic path gives you everything. Everything means everything. So I hope that helps. Until next time, Aries, love each other, and most importantly, love yourself. Trust yourself. You can let go of whatever this reality is that's not suiting your higher purpose. That's not suiting your highest soul path here. Whatever connection you have in the heart space to somebody else. Start in that direction. Alright, start in that direction. Until next time, guys. Bye.